Alright, so my first project is going to be redoing our little TV stand for our living room. So we bought this at like an antique place a couple years ago, and we purposely, it was an old record player, so it had like a little box right here, or the speaker was down there, and then the record player part was in these two compartments, and then these are where you put your records. So we took it, deconstructed it. This is just like a little cubby hole, and then all of them are open, and we, can use them for certain things. But we painted it to match the living room that we had then, but it doesn't match now. So I do have another project, a bigger project that I'm going to be doing with chalk paint. But I wanted to do it on a smaller item first, just so I can kind of get the hang of it, because I don't want to kind of mess anything up. So I'm going to paint this and do it with chalk paint that I made myself. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to just paint a quick coat of the paint on it once, one coat of the regular paint, to kind of cover up the red and the black that's down here. I am going to leave the top part black because it is kind of coated with like a poly, so it kind of protects it when we put things on top of it. We are outside. So I'm going to paint this part first, but I'm going to quickly show you how to make chalk paint. So you can go and watch that, and then we'll get started. Okay, so to make the chalk paint, this is what you'll need. It is 3 to 1, and I'm going to double check that. I was watching a video. My paint is outside. I've already opened it. I don't want to bring it in here and get it on my counter or anything in the kitchen. So what you're going to do is you're going to get plaster of Paris. This is the powder version, and so I don't know how to open this really. I think it's like those old milk cartons. But you're going to take this, and however much paint you're going to press here with flap. Okay. So however much paint you're going to need, you're going to do like 1 part this or 2 parts paint. I'll put the correct amount up here. But you're going to mix this into a paste, kind of like a thinner pancake batter. And then you'll be able to mix your paint into it. So I'm going to be doing it into this little, it's like a paint tin. We got it from the paint store, I think. I don't know what, something like that. We got it when we were doing stuff for the house. So I'm going to go ahead and mix up the plaster part and the water. And you'll just do that slowly until it turns into like a paste, and then you add into your paint. Okay, so it is 3 to 1. So I am doing 1/2 cup of the plaster Paris, and then I want to put some water in here and mix this until it turns into a paste. And then I'll put 3, so 1.5 cups of paint in here. Okay, so you have to be very careful because you can add way too much water really quickly. So, I've had to add more plaster Paris at a time because it'll be like it has to be thick, not watery. And I feel like I barely added any water, but you just keep mixing and mixing, and then I'll show you the end part. Okay, so now it's like a thicker consistency. It's really hard to explain. I would say like a thin pudding, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but you don't want it to be like completely runny. But it's not as thick as pudding, if that even makes any sense. So it's my first try. So let's see how this goes. All right. So now I'm gonna add in my paint. This is like mostly dry. There's some red right here I gotta get somehow. Back up. Okay. Back up, please. Right. So now you just mix it until it's all combined. Huh? And it's going to be much thicker than paint.
What's that? What's that? What's that? Oh.
Okay.
What? What's that noise?
Birds. Okay. So this is all mixed. So let's get started. Okay, so we got the first coat. So now while it's drying, I gotta decide if I want to do the chalk paint with this color. This is like, it's called beach glass, and then my dad added something in it, and I can't remember, but he added something. This is our bathroom color, and I really like it because it's like a greenish white. I don't know. So now I just have to decide. I think I'm gonna go over it with white. I think. I don't know. I'm trying to like look at it when it dries. You'll have to come back when it dries and take a look. So yeah. So it doesn't take really any. Just fell. So that was a lot of paint left. So it's currently drying. You can, what you're seeing is actually what I see, like the different shades right here. So that is drying. I've decided to leave like this part black, so it'd be like a little bit of a contrast. I have some baskets that I'm going to try to paint with this as well. But here's the first side. It's drying, so we'll see if I need to do, like that's dry right there, see if we need to do a second coat or not. But I'm just trying to make sure I don't see, I don't know baby, over here in the chair. I'm trying to make sure I don't see any red, because I don't want any red to come through. That's mainly the reason why I did a coat without anything on it. There's red right up here. Oh, I didn't get these little things right here, so I need to paint those. So let me do that really quickly. But if you were doing just straight wood, you wouldn't need to do like a coat with just regular paint. You could do 2 coats with this. Darn it. I want to get some black touch-up paint, because I'm trying to keep this black. I need to get it up here. But I'm just going to get this part. Nope, that does not come up here. There's no room. You're going to end up hitting the paint. But the guy that I watched, I'll link his video below. He did a little mason jar and did like a little side table. And I don't know if he had to make more to finish the project, but it worked well for him. As long as you have to have a wide enough jar to fit your paintbrush in. So if you do a mason jar, just make sure that your paintbrush will fit in it first. I just kept thinking I'm gonna have to use tons of paint, which I didn't have to. It's really cold outside. I feel like it got colder while I was out here. So that's all done. So, and I'm gonna sand the little spots right there where the hinges are or whatnot. But I did paint. I'm not gonna do this part because this is never open. I just painted it so that it was kind of matchy-matchy. I gotta leave this down to dry. I'm trying to see where it sits when it dries. Yeah, it sits right on the paint. Dang it. Right there. Well, that might have already been there, but anywho. So I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'll start sanding, and that's the fun part. Alright, so it's the next day. It's dried plenty overnight. So I've got my sandpaper that, why does it look wet? It's wet, something got on it. But what is this, 180? My husband said I needed 220. I just need sandpaper. I don't care. So I'm going to get started sanding. So I'm not sure like what I'm going to sand. I think I'm going to sand like this part. I don't know. You just kind of play around with it and do it until you find something you like. So let's figure out what to do. And there she is. I am in love with it. So it does hurt really bad, like your wrist. So I'd get one of those like sanding blocks that you can put the paper around so that you can hold it. But my wrist hurt really bad from sanding like this. So this spot is much bigger than I'd like. But if it bothers me too much, all I have to do is just like mix up a very small portion of it, paint over it, and then resand it. But I think I'm going to be fine with it. And the red came through, which I was not expecting that. I don't know why. But I actually think that the red makes it look so much nicer, like more antique-y. So, yeah, you can see the red coming through. So I got the red, the black, and the wood coming through. And I think this piece is perfect for this type of finish, I guess you would say. Like all the little curves, they all look really great. I got all the doors around the edges. So if you're wanting to do this, definitely give it a try. Maybe start with a smaller piece to see if it's something you like. We have a really big piece that we're going to be working on. I didn't do too much on the sides because you're not going to see those, but I did get around the bottom and then on these little creases right here. So, and the top we just kept that way. So the top is just straight black like we had it before, and it has a little bit of like a poly finish on it to kind of protect it. But I love it, so I can't wait to put it inside now. Let's go put it up.